Hey guys, it's L Supersonic U back for another Super Sketching Series episode. Last time we learned how to draw Espio, and this time we're gonna learn Knuckles. Sorry if I'm like kind of just spamming these Super Sketchings and in-depths and stuff, but I'm gonna start doing my whole summer video things, and I'm actually gonna split the each month up into its own like special month of videos, but I just didn't want to start that too early because I was afraid that if I put out all my like not typical videos, then I would have put them out too fast and they'd be all done by the end of June and it'd be like, so this summer, what am I going to put on if I had already put it all on? But more of a variety coming soon. I just am kind of finishing some other stuff up, so I'm kind of just doing these because they're really easy to make. Yeah, so again, gonna draw Knuckles. Disclaimer, I do draw these myself. I don't like print them off from anywhere, but and this is just my style, so I know it doesn't look exactly like Knuckles or whatever, but this is just in my freehand sketch without looking at any pictures. This is just how I would draw Knuckles or any other character in the series. So let's start. Alright, so this Knuckles is kind of different because it's Knuckles, but he has some of his accessories from Sonic Adventure 2. Why? Because I just wanted to draw it like that. So we'll start with the head. Okay, with Knuckles, I always think it's easiest. Like, you know how those Sonic characters have that little, like, I don't know, that little, like, part of their, like, eye coming, like, out of their skull, I guess you could say. Well, I always start with that with Knuckles. I don't know why, I just do. Because then, see, the eye leads from there. I don't know, I always do that, so that's what we're gonna do for this picture. And then after that, I always, make the rest of the head in the dreadlocks. So from there, you go up, and then you gotta curve it over, and then kind of draw like a straighter line down. That looks pretty good. And then it's kind of simple because all you have to do is essentially just making like curved lines. I mean, that's pretty much it for his dreadlocks on this side anyway. Sorry, I need to get some water. This drawing stuff is really hard. Work up a sweat. But anyway, okay. So that's essentially the outline of his head. Next is that typical hot dog shaped mouth, whatever you want to call it, thing that most Sonic characters have, except Knuckles, or at least in this picture. No, actually, in general, his is not as curved as Sonic's. It's more like pointed. So we're gonna kind of do that, and we gotta pay attention to where these eyes come down too. So curve it around, and then spike it over like that. See, it's kind of more jagged. And then a triangle nose. I'll put Knuckles doesn't really have a shine in his nose, so I'll just do that. And then his frown, because he's frowning in this picture. Okay, so this, you can see there's like this weird like sloping down here. So that's obviously a spot for his other eye. Pretty much just bringing it up over like that. So that's pretty much that. And now he's kind of looking up, so yeah, that's pretty much his face, honestly. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I'll continue to the next dreadlock down here, I guess, because it's kind of part of the face. Coming off of this little eye right here, just make a triangle down, essentially. And yeah, that's his face. Now I'll do his sunglasses going on thing, which is kind of just like an oval with lines on the inside, another line there, and then I just did some random like X pattern. I mean, you know, again, this is just a sketch, so without any like pictures or anything. So yeah, those are his sunglasses pretty much. Next we'll move down to his body. I'll start with his arm. Two parallel lines, pretty easy. Two more parallel lines connecting the other parallel lines to make angles, pretty easy. Yeah. Next, I guess I'll do his hand. So backward C shape, I guess, and then kind of make another one to create the little, like, you know, he's making his fist. And then just curve that over. Use judgment because you gotta leave room for his spikes, or his spikes on his gloves. Then the thumb is pretty much just like a weird oval that's cut off from the top, pretty much. Alright, spikes. I always love making the spikes on Knuckles' glove. They're cones. That's really the shape they are, but I just like making them. They look cool. So, yeah, those are spikes. Now because this is SA2 style and he has all this stuff on, just make it like bigger curvy triangles, and then just the color, and that his shovel claws that he has to use to dig because apparently he can't with his already spiky gloves. And then on top of that, just for the fun of it, is his little or his metal box punching things, whatever they're called. Which, essentially just more angular like type things. So yeah, that's that glove. I'm gonna zoom in, I guess, a little bit now. Alright, focus on this part. Next I'll start with this arm, which is a curved line down from his hot dog shaped mouth thing. And another angle pretty much perpendicular to that. This next shape is his little breathing apparatus thing that he gets in Aquatic Mine. So that's just like two L's connected together essentially. And then beneath that you gotta draw his little crescent birthmark thing, which I thought was fur for the longest time, but apparently it's a birthmark. So yeah, that's behind that. His body slopes down, and his tail is pretty much, I feel like I'm saying this a lot, but it's pretty much a bunch of angles just put together. I mean, like, there's one angle, there's another angle, and then you pretty much do the same thing and connect it. That's his tail. I'll work on this. Oh, did I even get that in the camera? Oh, well, in case I didn't, because I can't really see the camera because it's, like, above. Yeah, it's totally like an angle, like, I mean, that's that's what it is. So, alright, that was the tail. Now, like I said, I'll go on to this next glove. The difference between this one is that you can actually see the little, like, his, like, little cuff thing that he has. So that's essentially a circle slash square slash, like, maybe, like, an octagon or, I don't know, hexagon. Some kind of weird shape, but it's, like, it looks like his hand is actually in the glove. So now I'm going to start with his shovel claw thing and his little metal thing first, and then we'll work around the actual glove. So it's essentially like Pac-Man. It's kind of what that is. And then just color that in. Or don't color it in, but I think it'll look better colored in. And now his other thing, which is identical to the other one. It's essentially, you can't even see really the bottoms of it in this picture because of the angle Knuckles' hand is at, so whatever. And then the glove, essentially a circle all the way around with his thumb. Like, you can see a bit of his thumb there. Yeah, so that's pretty much, I'll just add some depth in there. Okay, there you go. So that's his glove. Now I'll go down to his torso slash shoes, and then I think that's going to do it for this drawing. I'm standing up now because this is very hard to do, apparently. Alright, his leg is a line, like that. And then there's another line going up parallel to that one. This one, because there's a bend in it, bends over. Kind of like noodles, I guess, because I guess that's a noodle now. So, those are his legs, pretty straightforward. His shoes are a bit more complicated, not by much, but just a little bit. Again, with this weird, the shape thing I was talking about. This one is actually more straightforward, like a rectangle. I'm not going to color it in just because I think it would look better not colored in for this picture. And this one is, again, that, like, weird shape that it's like a circle, but there's, like, little spikes at the end of it, or little, like, jagged edges. So those are his sock things slash cuffs on his shoes, whatever you want to call. I need like real terminology for like the accessories that Sonic characters wear. All right, his shoes now. They're kind of a weird shape. kind of like a, I don't know, almost like a straight angle, but not really. It's like curved a little bit. And then do the same thing pretty much, but make it more straight, and then loop it around. Yeah, that makes the shoe. And I'll just do the rest of the stuff on this. 2 lines curved over like that, and then just 2 straight lines like that, and then color it in, which is pretty much the end of the shoe, and then little shines to be artsy-fartsy with it, and I'm putting some, like, you know, like, that little, like, most Sonic characters have that, like, I don't know, that, like, silver outlining metal type thing around the bottom of their shoes, so that's that. And then this one is a lot easier because he's just stepping with it, so curve it over, make more lines and color it in, add the bottom, and I can't tell, no, alright. And that was part of Sonic, because Sonic was on this paper when I was drawing it. So, this is how I draw Knuckles, the Echidna, in a kind of cool pose, not from any real type of artwork. Again, these are just sketches, so I just sketch them up randomly. But he does have his SA2 accessories on. So, thanks for watching this episode of the Super Sketching series, and you can, like, I think I said in a couple of the videos, if you try this, comment it, make a video response, let me know how I'm doing in terms of the whole, like, tutorial type thing. So, thanks for watching, guys. Until the next video, I'm Supersonic Q, and that's it. So, Finn. I forgot my signature. I turned the camera back on just so I could do that. But now it's really done. So,